Hi, and welcome. I am Miss Chaplin, the new Early College Guidance Counselor here at Center Grove High School. And we are going to go over Family Connection. I'd like to take this time to show you how to go through this and also do some goal setting as well. The first thing you're going to do is actually log on to Center Grove High School website. Once you're on there, you'll simply click on Family Connections over to the right-hand side. Then you'll type in your Skyward password, email, and password, or Skyward username or password, whichever that is for you. Take a minute to do that, and once you get in, we'll start on Family Connections. Okay, now that you should be up and in Family Connections, a couple things. First is going to be this What's New section. And What's New is going to tell you any of the colleges that are coming here to Center Grove High School. If you simply click on it, it's going to give you more information. It's also going to tell you when they're coming, what time they're coming, and where they're going to be located. Now's the time to start thinking about colleges and maybe where you want to go. Just simply take some time to meet with these universities and college representatives. See what their college is about or their university is about. Maybe what majors they offer if you don't have an idea of what that is. Hopefully we're going to take you through some of those components today. But simply click on one of these if you have an interest. There are always more coming up through the rest of the semester. Down below, this gives you more information about guidance and what's going on. It also takes you through some of these tabs at the top. Many of you have already been in your Keystone class, have gone over these, and will be going over these more every year with your guidance counselor. So the 9th grade year is simply going to show you different things that you should have been looking at in your 9th grade year. So some things to take a look at would have been the academic guide, which is going to take you all the way through the requirements for your courses that you would need if you wanted to have, say, an academic honors diploma or a Core 40 diploma and all of those. Course descriptions, if you click on that, is going to take you through any of the courses that we have offered here at Center Grove. It's going to give you a brief description of the course. It's also going to tell you the grade level of what you would be to go into that. In some cases, you need to be a junior or a senior. Others, you're looking at freshman, a sophomore, or a junior. It also tells you the diploma type, if it's set for a Core 40 or Academic Honors Diploma. It tells you if it's a one-semester course or if it's a year-long course. And this takes you all the way through in alphabetic order from art to business to early college and so on. So you can take a look through any of those and find out what might be appealing to you to take in upcoming years. You will also see this Learn More Indiana on Track magazine. You can always click on that, find out more about what's going on. There's also majors, careers, and different things you can look at down there, along with study skills. If you hadn't had a chance to go through some of those last year, you might want to review those. You're going to find the same thing in the 10th grade year. Other things to be thinking about. If you're having some problems in courses, are you seeking guidance from your teacher? Asking for suggestions for improvement? Are you finding help during your STAR or your study hall? Have you gotten a tutor? If you're looking at colleges, or have you gone to college websites? Have you started to do some research? Have you gone to college fairs? Have you gone to hear some speakers? Have you met with those that are visiting here at Center Grove? Are you doing those things in order to gather more information at this point? Those are all things you need to start doing now. Another thing to consider is how to stay involved. If you haven't done so already, things you need to consider is, are you involved in extracurricular activities? Do you volunteer your time in the community somehow? Do you work? What other areas, how are you involved? And these are ways you're going to start building what you want to do. If it's something that currently interests you, then more than likely you're going to continue to do it in college and then even post-grad. There's additional information down here about the Central 9 Career Center as well. You can go through this for all the years. 11th grade is going to dive more into timelines, and senior year is going to be more towards college transcripts and applying to colleges as well. If you click on the Courses tab, The Courses tab is going to actually allow you to view your course plans, those that if you've previously set those out. Here's a draft of a plan. Is that still on task with what I want? I can look off to the right-hand side and see, did I take those courses? Is that in line with what I still want to do? Or is it not? Would I like to drop some of those and add different ones? What does that mean for you? I'm going to skip over the Colleges tab and come back to that in just a minute. I like to look at the Careers tab at this point. In terms of careers, if you haven't done so, you may want to look at these as to what your interests are and or explore some careers. One way of doing that is simply by going to the About Me tab, taking these assessments. Once you've taken those assessments, for instance, I'm going to look at the Career Interest Profiler. This is what has come up for me, and you can take a look at your results. Let's view some occupations that are within my interest area. So this would be something of taking just a little bit of preparation in terms of beyond high school. Maybe I'd need a couple years of post-secondary education, and here I'm probably going to need 4 or more years to go into any of these. Let's say I have an interest in recreational therapy. Here's my area of interest. Is this in line with what I want to do? Or maybe I want to look at one of these. Maybe occupational therapy is more of what I want to do. Is this in line with where I want to go? What are the knowledge and skills I need? Are these skills that I currently have? You need to be asking yourself these when you're going through them. Are these abilities that I have? Are these knowledge areas or places, things I would like to study? These are going to be some of the top things I would have to study and to go into this occupation. Here's some tasks and activities. This is basically looking at a job description. Is this essentially what I would want to do? You could also always take a look at wages. We always say money talks. Is this the pay scale I want to be on? You know, this is the national average here, the average within the state, the nationals up here. If that sounds of interest to me, maybe I want to add that to my list. I would encourage you to take some time after today to go back into here and look up some careers that are of interest to you. Explore what those are. What would it take to go into a career like that? Next, we're going to go to the Colleges tab. On the Colleges tab, there are a lot of places to look at and things you'll be looking at over the next several years, but maybe ones that I'm just simply thinking about. Here's some that I've clicked on. And knowing that, let's say I want to look at recreational therapy and occupational therapy. I'm going to look at IUPUI. And this is going to take me to some statistics about them and how things compare, but I'm able to click on their website directly. When I do that, I'm going to go to the search and I'm going to type in recreational therapy program. Oh, let's type in major. And this is going to tell me more about that major and what it takes to go into it. So this is a way of me finding out more about the programs that they have available through IU or IUPUI and how I would go about studying this and what are the admissions and things. So this is a way of doing, I've kind of done my career search and what I want to do, and now this is going to show me the degree and how I'm going to get there. Once you've done some of that research, now I kind of know what I think I want to do. I know maybe a school or two that offers that. And now what I want to do is go back and see, well, how does that align with where I'm going? So for instance, I'm going to click on scattergrams. And here I'm going to choose IU Bloomington because that's what popped up, even though I typed in IUPUI, because they're closely affiliated with each other. Now this red circle down here is going to be you. Right now I don't have information. We've done a mock-up of a person named Center Grove. So their SAT scores and GPA are not in here. But let's just say my GPA is, say, a 3.5 and I'm at about a 1200 SAT. So my circle would be about right in here. Let's say I had a 3.0 and a 900. I'm going to be right in here. All the green squares are going to be students from Center Grove within the last 2 years who have applied to IU Bloomington and who were accepted. All the blue ones are going to be ones who applied to IU Bloomington and were waitlisted. And the X's are going to be ones who applied and were declined or denied. So you can see the average GPA of a Center Grove High School student who applied to IU Bloomington is 3.87. You can also see the average SAT score of a Center Grove student who applied to IU Bloomington was 1190. So you can figure out what you need to get in terms of your SAT score in relation to your GPA, and how is it going to find, is it realistic that if I apply to IU Bloomington, will I get in? Those are the things you need to be asking yourself. And you can do that for any of these colleges. Let's say I want to go look, and this gives you an idea of those who applied to Hanover and who were accepted. Okay, so you might want to take some time to see, well, what's the reality of me getting in, or you getting into the specific college of where you want to go. And also, what is it going to take in terms of a GPA and an SAT score? You're going to be taking the PSAT. We've talked a little bit about that. So you're going to be able to convert that over to an SAT score and see if you'd be able to get in. Other things that are on this college's page and things you might want to consider looking up later would be scholarships. What's it take to get in or to apply to some of the scholarships that are out there?